ちが命 久しぶりだな サスケ
Daddy! Dad? Mom?
I could hear my sister coming in screaming, even before she entered the house. She was just so loud and always acted as if she owned the house, and our parents, and everyone related to her.
Dad, I need a new car. My stupid boyfriend parked it in his stupid space, and now it has a scratch on it.
She banged the door shut behind her as she entered. Oh boy, must be one big scratch. I tried to stir up some sarcasm. I knew the scratch must have been nothing even before having to take a look at it. I was so used to my sister and her behavior, such a drama queen.
Okay, sweetie, anything for you. Just let us know which one you want this time.
Wow, I don't even get a video game on my birthday. I told my dad and went back to my room. My sister got everything she ever asked for. It was so unfair. If you think that's too much, wait till the end of the video to find out what happened to me. That will actually blow your mind. My parents were rich, so they could afford to do what my sister asked, and I could have thought they were open-minded about fulfilling their children's desires, but they never did the same for me. They were always only doing what Avery wanted, buying her everything she asked for. She was straight up spoiled, and I don't know why, but my parents were more than okay with that. However, it was not always like that in our lives. When we were kids, our parents treated us equally in every aspect. While it was understandable that she got more things than me because she was older, I didn't feel unimportant, ignored, or left out. But when we started to grow and she was a teenager, things started to change. They were on their knees for her all the time. It was as if she put a spell on them and made them her minions. And that's not just it. What's strange was that it was not only my parents that were spoiling her, there were a lot of other people. For example, her boyfriend Doyle was one of them. He didn't look like a loser appearance-wise. He was tall, his build was muscular, and he was on the school football team. Still, my sister treated him like a loser, and he was okay with that. He used to worship her and spoil her all the time. I mean, I know it's normal for boyfriends to spoil their girlfriends. I would have done the same if I had a girlfriend of my own. But what she did to him was a little over the limit. Avery used to make Doyle walk all the way to our house every morning so that he would drive her to school in her car because her car looked the most expensive. She had made him her private chauffeur. Even on weekends, she made him drive her and her friends around. I'll let you be the judge. Do you think that's the way to treat someone you love? Her friends were the same. I saw it with my own eyes. Once when Avery's friends were over at our place, one was wearing really shiny earrings.
They're diamonds. My dad gifted them to me for my birthday. They're like really beautiful. Why don't you give them to me? They'll suit me better.
I couldn't believe Avery would ask for something so expensive from her friend just like that. However, what blew my mind was what happened next. That friend of Avery's took those earrings off and handed them to her just like that. No questions asked. Let's not even begin talking about the teachers. It was worse with them. They would come and ask her how she would like to be graded. I was very jealous of her, not gonna lie. She was living her best life with everyone around her, spoiling her, but I was not up for treating her like a queen. Ew, even the thought of it yikes me out. I was mad at her too because she treated everyone like her personal wishing well and was so disrespectful. Still, she was after all my older sister, so I would let her do whatever she wanted and minded my own business. But then one day, she demanded something extremely outrageous. You wouldn't believe it if I told you. Let's just say, she skyrocketed way over the limit.
Dad, Mom, I want you to buy me this island.
She pointed at a brochure.
It comes with a house in it, a yacht, and a boat. I'll finally have my own place where I can party all I want.
We'll have to use up all of our savings and even sell the house for this, sweetie.
I thought the day finally came when my dad was going to say no to my sister.
I have no problem with it. I want the island.
Look, I had heard and seen a lot of shocking things in my life, but nothing had prepared me for what my dad said next.
Of course, honey, anything for you. Let me just call our lawyer to arrange for everything.
Yay, I'm gonna go call all my friends.
Avery jumped and went to the other room. Dad, what are you doing? Are you out of your mind? Where are we gonna live if we sell the only house we have? I couldn't sit back and watch. I had to speak up before my spoiled sister brought us to the street to beg.
What are you doing, Avon?
Avery came back into the room and heard me complaining about her to our parents. Her face was red and I could tell she was angry.
I'm trying to make them see how stupid they are for spoiling you.
I swear I'm gonna make you regret this. And it starts now.
She turned towards our parents.
Make him leave his room and move to the basement. I can't stand him. Avon, you heard what your sister said? Go on, move your things down to the basement. Cut his pocket money too.
Consider it done, sweetie.
I had to move down to the basement and go on without the money. I had no other choice. It was either that or getting kicked out of the house. She also made sure that I had a hard time at school. Doyle would pick on me every time I passed by the hall. The teachers, too, gave me loads of assignments that kept me buried in books all the time. I was so mad at her. She literally got everything she wanted. She didn't have to make my life miserable like that. But then I realized something.
That's exactly what she wants. She wants me to be so mad that I'll be busy and I won't get to find out what she's up to.
She took me for a fool, but I was clever enough to see through her plans. And at that moment, I vowed to figure out how my spoiled sister got everything. For that, I kept on pretending to be mad at her and shouted at her at times, which gave her the idea that her plan was working. Secretly, I was following her everywhere she went and keeping tabs on all her activities. After following her for a while regularly, I got kind of bored. She only did boring things like going shopping with her friends, going on dates with Doyle, and going to lame parties. I was fed up and was almost about to give up the idea of following Avery until one night. One late night after completing a ton of assignments, I was about to go to sleep when I thought I heard some noise upstairs.
Oh gosh, is it a thief? My heart started to pound. I must be overthinking. It might just be a cat or a raccoon.
I had to check out what it was despite the fact that I was scared and shaking like a leaf. I put on a brave face, dialed 911 on my phone and held it close with my thumb near the call button just in case. I slowly started making my way upstairs. I had no idea what was waiting for me upstairs. Could it be a cat, a person, or a ghost? When I finally reached upstairs, I was surprised and puzzled. It was a person indeed, but that person was none other than my sister. She was sneaking out in the middle of the night. So I too quickly put on the shoes that were lying around, canceled my dial, and turned on the camera on my phone and started following her. My gut was telling me that she was up to something for sure this time. It was a chilly night and I was following Avery in my pajamas and my dad's shoes that were too large for me. It was dark, but the street lamps were helping me to capture my sister clearly. After walking for about 20 minutes, Avery entered a shady-looking house in a part of town where very few people lived. The house was spooky, but I had to find out what she was doing, so I went around trying to find a window. I found one at the back of the house from where I could look inside clearly.
I need more of your charm potion.
She was talking to a woman with gray hair. The woman was faced towards my sister, so I couldn't see or record her face.
I've given you too much in the past years. If you use it more and more, there'll be consequences. Don't say that. I can go back to not getting everything I want. Just give it to me.
Avery handed the woman a bundle of cash, and in return, the woman gave her a mysterious-looking bottle. I was focused on recording all the interactions. However, suddenly a cold wind blew my way, because of which I shivered, and the oversized shoes made me stumble at the same time.
Who's there?
Oh no, they heard me.
I quickly put the phone in my pocket, ditched the shoes, and ran as if it was for my life. Instantly after reaching the house, I locked myself in my room. So this is how she did it. She gave everyone a charm potion. I started thinking about how to confront her because no one was going to believe me, even with the video, especially my parents. The next morning, as I was about to leave for school, my dad started announcing that he had lost his shoes.
Has anyone seen my shoes? They were just here last night.
I tried acting clueless, but when I looked at Avery, she was already staring at me as if she knew everything. I went to school like usual and spent more time in the computer room so I didn't have to face my sister. After that, I came home earlier than usual and went straight into my dad's home office to make a copy of the video and transfer it to a drive. But right then, Avery showed up.
What are you doing?
I tried to hide the drive behind me, but my hands trembled and it fell to the ground.
It looks like you're up to something. Why don't you give that to me?
I was confused and felt weird because at that time there was nothing more I wanted to do other than hand her the drive.
Oh, so you've gathered some kind of evidence against me, have you? But you didn't expect this, right? Let me enlighten you. The breakfast you ate this morning had my charm potion in it. Now you can't help but do whatever I want.
It was true. A part of me was trying so hard to fight off the charm, but I couldn't help but do what she asked.
Let's have a little fun demonstration. Avon, dance like a monkey for me.
As soon as her words fell on the ground, I started dancing like a monkey in the wild.
I have everything I want in this world because of this potion and my clever brain. Do you think I'll lose to someone pathetic like you?
She made me do some more stupid stuff that made me look like a fool while she laughed like an evil queen. But in less than 30 minutes, someone showed up at our house to save me. It was the police. They instantly arrested Avery for carrying out such a harmful activity and controlling others and making them do things against their will, as if they were puppets. My plan did work. Even before I knew that she had charmed me, I'd sent a copy of the video that I took the other night to the police from the school's computer room. I had also saved multiple copies of the same in the computers there, just in case. Before returning home that day from school, I made sure that Avery saw me rush out quickly so that she would follow me home. And as soon as I reached home, I hid my phone in a way that the room would be seen and everything would be heard. And then I started a social media live broadcast. After coming home, Avery did exactly what I had predicted. She boasted about how clever she was and all the things she did. What she didn't know was that she was confessing her crimes on the internet. It turns out, one of my friends recorded the live video and sent it to the police, because of which the police came exactly when I needed them. The police said that my sister's condition suggested she needed treatment, so they transferred her into a psychiatric facility. They also started a nationwide search for the gray-haired woman, as she was the source of the charm potion. As for my parents, they vowed to never forgive my spoiled sister and what she did. And then we moved to the private island that Avery had made our parents buy and started living there. Thanks for watching. Do you have a spoiled sibling? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and check out other videos on the channel.